Hi, everyone. Good Wednesday afternoon to you all. Thanks again for giving us some of your time on a Wednesday for some Campus Live. How about a gallery-wide wave? Everybody wave to each other. So you can take a second to scroll through the pages, click on gallery view up at the top, see all your friends, see the people that are having bad hair days and chose not to share their video. It's humid and I need a haircut, so it's a hat day here on the back porch of the Pryor house. Let's start this way. On the bottom of your screen where it says reactions, click the thumbs up if you're ready for your hair salon or hair or barber to open up. If you're in desperate need of a quarantine haircut or hair dye or hair products, click the thumbs up. Good. How do you put the, now, can you put the thumbs down? I don't know how to do that, or they go away automatically. Let's do this. If you've already given yourself a quarantined haircut, give me the little clap symbol. If shears or trimmers have come out in your house, give me the little clap symbol. Let's see who all has already become their own barber. That's awesome. Great. Alana, Sarah, others, sweet. Well, welcome everybody. It's 3:01 on Wednesday afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Campus Live. The intention of this entire platform is to connect us. TMI is a lot of things. TMI is a great academic community. TMI is a great Episcopal community, but TMI is community. And so in an effort to keep the thing that makes us who we really are at the heart of our campus, we launched Campus Live to connect us. And so thank you again for giving us a piece of your Wednesday. A couple of things before we get started today. Wednesdays at 3 and Sundays at 8 are the regular rhythms for Campus Live. Wednesdays at 3 have a plethora of different topics, and I'll share with you some of those topics at the end of our call. And then Sunday evenings at 8, a little devotion from me, hopefully a little inspiration to get you ready for the rest of your week. So Wednesdays at 3 and Sundays at 8, and you can always go to our website at tmi-sa.org, and on the top of the website, there's a Campus Live link, and you can find all the events or the recordings. If you missed an event, you can always click on the website on Campus Live and catch the recording. So thanks again for giving us a piece of your time and for being who you are in the midst of this very different time. We're going to start today with the barbecue montage. Many of you sent in pieces through the Instagram and social media challenge. We'll continue to have challenges like that. Your challenge for this week was to send us a clip of you barbecuing over last weekend. And so Stephanie has put together a montage. I think this will probably make you hungry. And so with that set up, Stephanie, show us how our TMI community grilled over the last weekend.
All right, I'm gonna share the screen. Let's see if I can get this going. Ready?
What's up, TMI? Today is one of my favorite days of the year because I'm making bacon. Pork belly here has been sitting in my fridge, curing in maple syrup, brown sugar, salt, and pepper for about 5 days. And today we're going to put on the smoker with a little hickory wood and make some bacon. So we'll check back within about 2 hours. All right, we've had about just over 2 hours on the smoker. Scott, can we get a shot of this? Sure. Done. Maybe we're gonna freeze this for a little bit, at least in the fridge 30 minutes cut, but we'll try one quick piece real quick, just to test it out.
I can't even see it, just for like, Can I get one with this? Dad, can I get one with this?
No, you get one with your hand, I choose.
Okay, no.
Oh, no with it. Come on.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well,
hi everyone, Stephanie Gish here. I am behind the camera, and this is my husband, Jeff Gish, and we do not do barbecue, we do cast iron cooking. So what we have here is a tenderloin that we have found a Gordon Ramsay recipe for. It is seasoned with salt and pepper, and it is lying in a bath of butter. And in that butter, we have some garlic, and you can see my husband, he's putting in the rosemary and thyme, and then he likes to just drown that tenderloin in butter, and we let that simmer in there and finish cooking. We're going to finish it off in the oven because it's a pretty thick tenderloin. So that is how we do our barbecue at the Gish household.
Hey, here we are at the Bowen house on the campus of TMI, doing a little grilling and chilling on the weekend. Over here, see what we got. Got some ribeyes started up going, and some seasoned chicken breasts. Got some veggies and taters cooking inside, so we're good to go. Sorry, there's not enough to share. Maybe next time. See you later.
Hi TMI, Father Scott here. Kimberly and I are going to be smoking 2 pork butts on Sunday. It is Saturday afternoon. I've got a rub on them. I'm not going to tell you what's on it. It's my secret recipe. They're going in the fridge overnight, and I'll update you tomorrow with the cooking process. Go Panthers. I got my Traeger pellet grill filled with pellets. 225 degrees is my ideal temperature, and I'll see you in 4 hours. Okay, so my pork is now at 160 degrees internal temperature. It's time for them to come off. Phase 2 is about to begin. Okay, I'm gonna wrap them back up, put them back on the pit for about 3 more hours. Update coming soon, bye. All right, my pork butt has been cooking for 10 hours and it's at 200 degrees on the inside. So it's time to take it off. Here we go. We'll see how it tastes. All right, dinner is over. Let's check the reviews. All right, guys, big round of applause for all of our grill masters out there. That was really fun. If the numbers start dropping in our participation, I know that you've gone to get a snack, and that's acceptable because we've recorded this and you can come back later. So thank you again. We'll continue challenges like that to keep us connected over these times. The meat of this call today is into 3 chapters, meat no pun intended, into 3 chapters. We're gonna hear from Schaefer-Salinas in the academic world. We're gonna hear from Sarah and Alanna in the college world. We're gonna get an update from David Griffin in the summer programming, and then we'll wrap it up. So with that, I'm gonna turn it over to Schaefer-Salinas, our Associate Head of School, to give us an academic report. Ann, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Scott. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in. As Scott mentioned, I'm going to spend a little bit of time sharing with you about what is happening in academics in this time of remote instruction. I want to begin by addressing some questions and comments that have been coming our way. We made a decision to approach learning via primarily asynchronous instruction, meaning students learn the same material at different times. We did this for a number of reasons. For us, our primary focus was making sure we create a learning environment that students can access at any point. We literally have TMI Panthers scattered across the globe in multiple time zones. We have students that are having to care for younger siblings because their parents are frontline employees. We have students who are sharing their laptop with their siblings who are also attending classes virtually at other schools. Asynchronous learning allows our teachers to post instructional materials and informational videos that students can review as often as needed on their time schedule. What we didn't know at the time was how quickly Zoom fatigue was going to become a thing. So we are especially pleased that we chose the format that we did. Now, that said, I have to tell you all that each class only being 20 minutes a week is a myth. Wednesday Zoom meetings are 20 minutes, but that is just one part of the remote instruction our faculty are facilitating. The faculty are monitoring the students very closely. I am copied on emails every day from teachers worried about students who have not checked in or seem to be falling behind. The teachers are talking to each other, to the student advisors, to our wellness team, and reaching out to the students regularly to make sure they are doing everything that they can to support the students. The teachers are available every day for tutoring. They have regular office hours, and most have set up additional Zoom times to provide as much flexibility as possible for their classes to check in and get help. I'm going to return to some general points at the end of my comments, but I want to take a few minutes to highlight our amazing middle school students. I think it's important to know that just because we aren't together on campus, that it doesn't mean all of our traditions are being sidelined. One of the favorite middle school traditions is the annual science challenge. And while we may not be able to complete this at school as in years past, that isn't stopping the amazing middle school science team from developing a way to still do the challenge virtually. So watch for the video montage in May of this wonderful TMI tradition. I would also be remiss if I did not give a shout out to our Latin students. The students took the National Latin exam on March 3rd. The results are finally in, and they are really impressive. Since I wanted to give our middle school a little bit of love today, I'm only going to highlight the middle school achievements. 17 middle school students took the National Latin exam. 82% scored above the national average. 48% scored in the top 10% of the nation. And 2 of our 8th graders had a perfect score. You can watch for the full list in Friday's news and notes. Yuja, that's Latin for congratulations. I'm sure I butchered it, but the intent was there. Okay, students, and I'm talking to all of you now. You need to know that your teachers are so impressed with how quickly you have adjusted to remote learning. We are really happy that the majority of you are staying up on your academics. You're taking the initiative and reaching out to your teachers when you have questions, which is exactly what we want you to be doing. We have worked all year to instill that skill in you that you need to own your learning, and it's really paying off right now. I also want to mention that overall, the behavior during your Zoom meetings has been very respectful and attentive. So thank you so much. Okay, I told you I was going to come back to some general comments, and I want to share a few thoughts for those of you who are finding this transition harder than you imagined. First of all, please know that all your teachers understand how difficult this time is, and they're ready to work with you. My best advice for parents and students is to create a to-do list on Monday in whatever format works for you best, whether that's a whiteboard or a planner or a basic checklist. Then set time limits for your work time and always make sure that you get some reward time for meeting your goals. If you're behind in a class, don't let that stop you from completing the assignments now. Know that your teachers want you to do the work and they are happy to work with you on your past assignments. Parents, I know that you are struggling to assume this new role of homeschool facilitator extraordinaire in the midst of your day job and keeping the home functioning. If you think that your student doesn't have enough work, or if you think that it is taking an inordinate amount of time, please let me know. I do want to caution you from comparing the time that your child is spending on schoolwork to anybody else. Remember that all of our children learn and process differently, and in this environment, that is becoming even more evident. All of our teachers are working hard to prepare lessons that focus on the essentials of our TMI curriculum. Some of the work will be more in-depth, and some will be very straightforward, like vocabulary practice. In order to make sure that students are being exposed to the content and concepts that our departments feel are important. So please let me know if you have questions or concerns. We are taking all of the input to heart. These are extraordinary times, but lucky for TMI, we have extraordinary teachers and extraordinary students. And with that, again, I'm going to say that you are all doing such an amazing job, and we are proud of all of our students. And now Back to you, Scott.
Thanks, Anna. I appreciate it. I'm going to turn it over now to Sarah Murphy and Alanna Nichols, who are going to give you a little update on what they're hearing from colleges in the admissions process. We have a lot of middle school families on the call as well. And so some general information about what Sarah and Alanna are seeing and hearing in the college admissions world. Sarah, thank you for joining us.
Greetings. I also want to just say, as a TMI parent, I've been seeing my own 9th grader, and she's been really working hard and really busy. And so I feel like she's trying to manage a really good balance right now. But speaking of 9th through 12th, there's a lot going on in college counseling. There are things that for middle school, just want to let you know, we had a question thrown out about, can we go over student resumes and how to keep those updated? So grades 9th through 11th right now, absolutely. We sent out a reminder a few weeks ago to, if you haven't already, go into Naviance, the college planning platform that will allow you to update all your awards, your accomplishments, your achievements, your activities, your community service. All of those should go into your Naviance resume. At the end of today, we will send out a how-to video to teach you or show you how to put all those items back onto Naviance. Middle school, don't worry, this is not something you need to do. When you come to 9th grade, you will have access to Naviance, but for good practice, go ahead and start creating a list of all your accomplishments, your activities, things you've done all year, even through this time, if you've been creative, if anyone has tried to maybe pick up a new language or learn a new instrument, fabulous. That's something that you could keep a list of. So speaking of activities, some of the dialogue that's been going on between families, high school counselors, and then college admissions. The question is, now that our activities have been suspended or postponed, how do we show colleges that we're still involved, that we still have interests and passions? So we've sent out a lot of articles and reminders out there, so feel free to look at those as great suggestions. But the bottom line is, be creative. You follow your passions, follow your interests. Someone like me who enjoys musical outlets, I literally picked up a ukulele and I've been learning how to play that during this time whenever I have some downtime. So explore your creativity, explore your interests. Other dialogue that's been going on that mainly pertains to upper school, mainly the juniors, have been the SAT and ACT updates. Please read our updates. We are sending those out as soon as we hear from College Board and from ACT. With regards to grades, right now the colleges are all saying they are being very flexible with however school manages to report grades. We are continuing to report the same grades as the process as we've done before. And so they'll be understanding, and they will be looking at how all of this in terms of your transcript will be reviewed within the context of our global situation. So don't worry, they understand. And as far as 9th through 11th, now's a great time to take advantage of some virtual visits. Colleges are sending us websites and we're forwarding those to you all. But even as a 9th grader, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and take a look, take a peek at some of these colleges. Take a look at their virtual websites and tours. They also have virtual information sessions. These can be very fruitful and useful to you all. And there's also some virtual workshops. Mrs. Nichols and I have also been participating in those along with some other students. And then finally, what is college counseling doing right now to help you all during this time? We are keeping the juniors pretty busy. Yesterday we had part 1 of our college essay writing workshop, and we will have part 2 tomorrow. So we are really just making sure we are on our timeline and just continue listening for our updates. I'll turn it over to Mrs. Nichols.
Thank you, Sarah. Hi, everyone. I just want to remind you that the Office of College Counseling has your back during this time. So it's true that the most recent changes in some aspects of the college application process will be felt by this junior class of 2021. However, Sarah and I are confident that our work has always and will continue to equip TMI students with the school tools and skills they need to put forth the strongest application possible. like Sarah said, we're currently hard at work with our junior class, whether that be through individual meetings with parents and students, interviews with our juniors, or with our virtual college essay writing workshop that we're hosting this week. I also want to remind you that all the universities that you know and love are in constant communication with us. And like Sarah said, they're practicing the utmost flexibility with regards to how this next application cycle will play out. They're expressing compassion, empathy, and flexibility, especially. So again, Sarah and I are dedicated to continuing to pass along updates and provide guidance for our students with regards to this important step in their educational journey. So keep checking the emails. Finally, one of the most important takeaways that I can offer today is that your TMI student will be prepared when it's their turn to begin their journey through this wonderfully weird college application process. Everything that TMI is doing right now, whether they're a middle schooler or a high schooler, aligns with the values that colleges hold highest. Colleges value students who are not only prepared academically, but who are prepared for life. And we really can't think of a greater place for students to grow into their potential than here at TMI. So hang in there, reach out to Sarah or me if you have any questions, and go Panthers.
Thanks, Alanna. I appreciate it. We're going to turn it over to David Griffin. David is in charge of auxiliary programs on our campus, and one of his main areas of responsibility is summer programming. So some of you may have questions about summer programming and preparing your sons and daughters for next school year. So David, tell us what's going on in the area of TMI summer programs.
Thank you, Scott. First off, I'd like to hope that everybody's staying safe and taking care of yourself. This summer, we have some exciting day camps, some academic courses, athletics, innovation and design programs. These are all planned and right now available for the summer. And while we hope that those are going to happen on campus this year as originally planned for the summer, we are prepared to adjust the scheduling. We're prepared to move some of them to virtual formats. We're also prepared to offer some different programs or do some things different, maybe some enrichment things for your students coming onto our campus. So we will have more details after May 1st. So stay tight, wait for more details. Those decisions and plans are coming soon. Stay safe and go Panthers.
Thanks, David.
You're welcome.
I need a favor of all of you. We are planning for 8th grade graduation, which will be a virtual graduation.
Sorry, I think I did that too soon. Let me get Father Scott back on. I jumped the gun.
30 seconds of you hearing for the 8th grade graduation. We're going to capture this in a video and then add it in our 8th grade celebration. And so on the count of 3, I need 30 seconds of you just cheering and clapping for our 8th grade soon-to-be graduates, and then we'll mute you all back again. So unmuting in 3, 2, 1.
All right, way to go.
You did it. Yay.
Very good.
I'm still fine.
Congratulations. Right. Way to go.
Good job.
Thank you, everyone.
Pretty much caught up. There's one.
Me real quick, Steph. Okay. Some upcoming Campus Live events, just to tell you what's around the corner. Next Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we'll have our Stars celebration for Wednesday. Stars over TMI is a celebration of our community. We do a lot of things at our annual Stars Gala. This is our 25th anniversary of our Stars Gala, and there's a lot of things about the gala that is more than the fundraising aspect of it. There's community building, there's party events, there's some trivia, there's a heads or tails stuff. So we want to bring the fun of Stars to the Campus Live community. So next Wednesday, Valerie Temez and her advancement team will be launching Stars over TMI through Campus Live at 3 o'clock. So join us next Wednesday for the fun of celebrating our community. 2 weeks from now, the topic for Wednesday Campus Live is uniforms. You've seen emails or campus news and notes that informs you that we're going to Lands End as our uniform supplier after this year. That's really great news. If you have dentist stuff, there's a year of allowing that. You don't have to go get a whole new wardrobe. Anything you had last year will still be allowed for next year. However, for a bunch of reasons, we had a parent group and some students come together with Troy Eason and Sherry Brown and choose from a variety of options, and we chose Lands End because they can be more custom, because it's easier to get, because it's actually better quality and cheaper, and there's a million reasons why Lands End is a great company to go with. And so you have questions. You have questions about what that changes look like. So we'll have a whole Campus Live event devoted to uniforms, both for Corps of Cadets and for non-Corps members. That's in 2 weeks. I want to remind you about Sunday evenings at 8 as a time of inspiration to set you up for the week. I hope you'll join us for that. You're also got an email, or we'll get one very soon, regarding a self-defense class. This is for all senior girls, moms, faculty. It's a girls event. This is an event we've hosted on campus for the last couple of years for our senior girls, and we're expanding that to the broader community. And so moms, female faculty, look for that event. It's a Zoom class, a self-defense class. It's going to be on Thursday, on April the 28th at 1 p.m. Details are coming your way, and that's obviously open to any females in our community. I do recognize on my Sunday night events at 8 o'clock, we picked that time spot for the Campus Live before the Bulls documentary announced its time. And so I know that I'm competing against Michael Jordan and the Bulls documentary on Sundays at 8. I grew up always wanting to compete against Michael Jordan, so this is kind of like my dream come true. I had 50 viewers last week. He had 50 million. I'm going to close the gap this week. But I realized that that event on Sunday night conflicts with that. But we record our event, and you can check either. You can also record his and come to us live. The next social media event, we just did the barbecue event. The next social media event will be an art-based event. And so be watching for on Instagram, Facebook, social media, and through our emails on ways to send your art to us, and we'll tell you more about that soon. And we're hoping you'll learn how to use hashtags. That's goal for the TMI community, is to use the hashtag so we can capture more of that. One thing, Stephanie, do me a favor. I saw him earlier on here. See if you can find, I noticed on the screen, let's see if I can find him, a young man by the name of Lucas. Do you see Lucas? Lucas, wave if you're, I saw you earlier. I think you're still, oh, there he is. Hi. Stephanie, unmute Lucas for a minute. Lucas Senegal is a rising 6th grader. We've opened up these Campus Live events to our incoming students as they are already a part of our community. Lucas had no idea I was going to call him out. But Lucas is our Lilliebridge scholar for the 6th grade, one of 2 Lilliebridge scholars. And so he will be a new 6th grader. He's the newest Panther on this Zoom call. So Lucas, I just wanted to welcome you to the TMI community and tell you thank you for joining the Zoom call today.
Thank you. I'm very excited to come in.
You're going to be a great addition to our community. We're already so fired up to have you, and we can't wait to see you on campus really soon.
Thank you.
All right, welcome, Lucas. Everybody wave to Lucas and tell him hello. Great. It's a great community, Lucas. We're going to be even better with you as a part of it. So congratulations.
Hi.
And the last thing I want to tell you is that if you have not watched Some Good News, it's a YouTube show by John Krasinski, who was on The Office. He put together a YouTube show called Some Good News. It's had 4 episodes so far. They're fantastic. He brought that idea out of his office at home just to bring some good news into the world. And they're fantastic episodes. So based and inspired off of John Krasinski's Some Good News, Stephanie Gish and I have put together a TMI version of Some Good News, and that will be released tomorrow. So stay tuned for TMI's first edition of Some Good News TMI version. So with that, I'll thank you for your time today. This has been Campus Live for this week. I hope to see you on Sunday evening. Stay safe. I love you all, and go Panthers. Have a good day.